My name is Nathaniel David McKamie. I've been sober for 4 years. I'm 33 years old, and I got sober when I was 29. I got sober in jail, and it was a beautiful place known as Towers. And what happened is, whenever I saw the judge, he gave me one last shot. I had been on probation now for 7 years. I just got out of prison, and I was arrested 3 more times, and I couldn't not stay out of jail. He gave me one last shot, and I went to a place called The Solution in Central Phoenix. And when I went there, I had a sponsor prior to that, and I just kept to my own, and I did what he told me to. Just wore headphones, listened to music, do my step work, and walk past the crowd, walk past the noise. I had enough going on in there that I didn't need the extra. Prior to getting sober, I never thought that I would get sober. It's just what I did. For so long, I would hear 1,000 different voices all speaking in my voice, and it would tell me a lot of different things. It would tell me good things about me. It would tell me bad things about me. Near the end of my journey, over 18 years of use, since I was 9, I would continue to not mask feelings. People like to use that term, or run away from feelings. I just don't want to feel, period. I used to not feel. I used to not feel better. I used to not feel at all. I don't want to feel happy. I don't want to feel sad. I don't want to feel angry. I don't want to feel anything. My existence was that. And I was comfortable with that. I was completely okay with that. The influential people in my life at The Solution, there were several. My experience in the past with The Solution was nothing but fantastic. I was born a peasant, and I will die a peasant, and I'm perfectly okay with that. And everyone there was like-minded in that state of, this is where we are. No one pampered me. I don't think anyone's ever pampered me my whole life. So when people did pamper me, I felt pandered to. I felt that was inauthentic. I felt that wasn't genuine, and I could not stand that. Tell me the truth, always. I would much rather have the truth than a lie, no matter how much you dress it up. So at The Solution, the first time I was there was a guy by the name of Bob Finnegan. And Bob Finnegan, everyone told me about Bob Finnegan. They said, watch out for Bob Finnegan. And I said, oh, okay, got you. So I flew under the radar for about 30 days. I avoided Bob Finnegan. I always talked to the assistant manager, Tommy Troy, because I didn't have to deal with Bob Finnegan. And so what happened is that one day I'm outside and I see this dude who I could just tell just got out of prison. So it's like, I recognize that. And so what happens is, like, I walk up to him like, hey, do you have everything you need? Cigarettes? And he was a black man, and and I'm a Mexican. I'm sitting there and I'm talking with him. I give him some toilet paper, and he's like, thanks, man. And then he walks off, and I go sit down and smoke a cigarette at this bench right in front of the office. And Bob Finnegan comes up to me, and he sits down next to me, and he just looks at me, and he just goes, it's nice seeing the black man and the Mexican getting along well. And I said, it's nice that the white man lets him into his house. And he started laughing, and we became friends. And he always told me the truth, whether it was a joke or whether it was something that needed to be said at that time. And they did not mince words there. And I appreciated that. My second time there, the most influential person there for me was a guy by the name of Kyle LaGuardia. And Kyle was a big teddy bear. He's a massive dude, but a big teddy bear. And he would talk to me like a human being. And I remember he worked incessantly. And he genuinely cared about people. And so whenever I would be struggling and I would be hurting, or just need someone to talk to, because I didn't talk to anyone there. Like I said, I put my headphones on and I walked through. And when I would go to his office, he'd always be listening to Hippie Sabotage or death metal, and I'm good with either one. And we would just sit there, and we would just listen to music, and he just would smile and laugh, and that was good enough for me. And at about 9 months sober, he ended up passing away due to a heart attack. And that was shortly after that the solution closed. The change that took place internally for me, in my head, let's just start there. My mindset when I came to the realization that I am a drug addict and I have a problem, the change that occurred in me was whenever I know I'm going to beat this disease. I know I'm going to beat addiction. I know I'm going to beat alcoholism. There's two reasons why I'm going to do that. One is because I'm smart, and the other one is that I'm really fucking smart. And when reality has the best teacher out of anything in this world is reality, it broke me down to the point to where I didn't know anything. I didn't know anything. That state of purgatory, bitter morass, real sick confusion. Nothing that I thought was true was really true. So the mindset that needed to change at that point was that I had to realize that I don't really know anything. Spiritually, those intangibles, those things that you can't buy. God existed for sure my entire life. I was raised Pentecostal. He existed, and he was a damning God, and he was this portrayal in other people's conception of God. My perception of God today is not that. My conception of God is the best way that I could denote it is a quote about this guy's attempt at explaining God. It was the never-changing substantial reality that underlies the truth in everything in the universe. And to the best of my knowledge, that's it. That's it. It's not name brand. It's not something I can really even describe, but that was the best description of what my conception of what God is. There was 3 things that I wanted out of recovery: a car, a girlfriend, and a house. Out of getting sober, I guess, not recovery, just being sober, just not having to deal with drugs, because I wanted to do drugs still, successfully. I want to have a nice glass of wine or Merlot with my medium rare steak. I want to have a beer at the game, but I know what that leads to. Because I can't have 1 beer, I have 6 beers, and at that 6 beers I'm getting a little too drunk. So what I need to do is I need to do a line of cocaine, and what goes really good with cocaine is heroin, and I mix that needle, and then I'm off to the races again. So over time, my priorities changed, right? I didn't get a car till I was 2 years sober. I didn't get my license till I was 2 years sober. I didn't get a house until about 4 months ago in my name. And I'm 4.5 years sober. And I've had girlfriends, cool. I've been in relationships, cool. What I have today, no car could ever take me to, no house could ever hold it, and no girlfriend could ever give me. The 2 main things that I've gotten out of recovery is 1, that ibuprofen actually works, and 2, that I don't know anything. My life today is 100% miraculously better than what it was when I was using. The friends that I have are true friends. I know what that means. I didn't know what that meant before. I do have a car today. I was able to purchase a brand new car off the lot. Yeah, that's a material thing, but it wasn't, for me, it was more than that. It was the first time that I've ever done that in my life. I have the ability today to be able to walk through some stuff that are very detrimental to a lot of other people, whether they're in recovery or not. I can list every name of almost everyone that has ever passed that I know of this disease in the past 10 years. I myself have overdosed several times, and I remember just waking up alone after it. No one was there, no paramedics, No family, no girlfriend, no wife, no nothing. By myself. Blood everywhere. I know that we talk about stuff in recovery that the world does not understand. We can die behind a dumpster right now. No one bats an eye. We can die getting shot by police in psychosis. No one bats an eye. We can be out there on the streets, hurting, struggling. Nobody bats an eye. Or we can be fathers, raising our kids. Or you can be a mother. They say that the opposite of addiction is recovery. I disagree. I say the opposite of addiction is connection. Connection to another human being, connection to your family, connection to friends, connection to society, connections to a higher power, whatever that looks like to you. In my society, in my world, the only thing that helps me is helping other people.